is nonetheless. Let's click on here. All right, all right. Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday to you, coming here to you live from Mexico. Hope you guys are having an absolutely outstanding day. Going to talk a little bit about the metaverse. We're going to talk a little bit about participating in the digital asset space, leveraging the that monsoon of transaction fees. Yes, Alex Yeet is first, and participating in DeFi. Yeah, $2,200 in one airdrop. How blessed, right? How blessed are we? How blessed are we to be able to do that? I'm gonna share with you how that happened as well. In 9/11, may we always remember. Did I title that? May we always remember, or may we never forget? May we never forget. Got it. Got it. Got it. Appreciate you guys all being here. What's going on, Muhammad Saul? Got to get that pre and probiotic. And yeah, for sure, Keyless is in the building. It's great to see you. So guys, we're going to talk about that. The market is doing what the market does. And so we will go over the numbers. Alex G. Morris Prince. Appreciate you guys being here. Keyless, all the Blue Ventures are in the building. Morris Prince, what's good, my friend? It's good to see you. Willie Washington, what's up, brother? Get some of those street tacos. Right? I know, right? I know. Hey, Keyless, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I always appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you very much. 416 Crypto is here. How are you? Great to see you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you a little 9/11 story as well. Very, very interesting thing. Let me hook up this. I don't know if I need Darren Moore's video right now. I don't. I think he put that up live, so I don't need that. Let's do this. Let's go over here. How are you guys doing? How's the blockfolio looking? The market is trying to recover a little bit. Yeah, and I actually accidentally discovered that I actually got the airdrop, which is interesting unto itself. My guy turned me on to it on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, really? I didn't even know. Can you imagine $2,200 in cash like that? Can you imagine? Just for participating, right? And I think it's very, very interesting, all the airdrops that the community has been getting as of late. I've only done two, maybe three. I don't know, Songbird and the ELS one. But can you imagine? Let me see if I can find that. All right, so there it is there. So yeah, we're going to talk about that, and we are going to take a moment of silence. And I appreciate you guys if you will do that with me to to honor those who sacrificed so much on that dreaded day that is 9/11. And so 20 years later, it's amazing. 20 years later, absolutely amazing. And I think about that. So we will pay tribute and homage to that as well. But before we do that, before we go over the market, let's hop on that bridge. "9/11, may we always remember and never forget." I'm participating. Are you participating? Yeah, this DeFi platform said, thanks for your participation. Isn't that interesting? We're going to talk about that a little bit. I don't even know what's going on with the market. What's going on with the market? What is going on with the market? All I know is OneSwap.finance is doing me really, really good. XRP liquidity. Yeah, I get it. There are so many layer ones it's hard to stay focused. Solana, Terra, Avalanche. It's hard to stay focused, right? It really is. Layer twos like Arbitrum and Optimism. It's hard to stay focused. Love it. That's why I'm only putting a small amount. The highest amount of liquidity that I've added is just $3,000. That's it. All in preparation for the Flare Network. That's right. Shout out to Mickey B. Fresh and Patty XRP. Without question, it feels like the move is to be all in on that platform, on whatever one that is for you. To be all in on it because other things are going to come. To be all in on one. I'm learning the moves of Solana and Terra and Phantom and Avalanche. Absolutely. Good to see you guys. I appreciate you guys checking in today. Uh-oh. How blessed are we? How blessed are we to be early adopters in this new asset class that is a digital asset space? It is a blessing. You guys remember when Uniswap did that airdrop for people that participated on Uni? Do you remember that? Some people got tens of thousands. Some people got hundreds of thousands of dollars just from the airdrop when it did its thing. Remember that? And just think about Gary Gensler and the SEC is trying to protect us from that type of thing. Can you imagine? Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. Not your friend over there at the SEC. Without question, trying to take that away from you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Let's see here. There it is here. Let me say hey to the fam. Make sure I did say hello to everyone. Looks like, oh, there it is. It updated. Bernard Saku. Hello, Crypto Siege family. Hello to you, Bernard. Great to see you in the stream today. You know, Danny Lopez in the building. What's good? What's good? Hello, Crypto Siege. Long live America, US. Amen to that, Danny Lopez. We are in Puerto Vallarta, Jason. Puerto Vallarta. Yeah. You got a, all expenses paid trip. And so we decided to take advantage of that and hang out at the previously known. They changed it. They got bought out. Yeah. So hung out here and be here for a few days. And yeah, really, really excited about it. The weather is awesome right now. North Angel 10. Let's hear about the airdrop. Okay, it's coming, brother. The adult in the room is in the building. I missed this one. Oh, Guac Girl is here. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's up with CKJ? How's he doing? I know he's making a lot of people a lot of money over there on his channel. I know that. Anyone know details on Safe Move situation? James Rule posted something and one of the main guys resigned. I hadn't had a chance to read up on it. No, I did hear there was some kind of, if the community runs awry, right? If it begins to get twisted, it can just end the project. And this is what I'm hearing. I heard this from I believe it was someone either from Solana or Phantom. So the kind of community actually, I think it was on BitBoy's thing when he does the 6 or 7 people on the panel. So it might actually come from Altcoin Daily. When the community begins to go awry, right? When the community doesn't lock arms, and then they don't lock arms, and there's this infighting, right? It can ruin a project. It can ruin a project, and that's why the work that Mickey B. Fresh and Patty XRP, Flare Community, Crypto Eddie, and I can go on and on and on, who are about uniting and coming together around Flare networks. That is the bigger picture, especially with Flare networks. It's a community-driven project, right? It's community-driven project, and it's important that the bigger picture of community, rings loudly, right? That's what's important. Not about whether or not someone's strength is in marketing or not. That's not what's important. What's important is realizing this is a community-centric project that can do amazing things, that can be life-changing. One ecosystem, well executed and driven, mass adopted, promoted with content creators and a thriving, robust, positive community can change people's lives. Can change people's lives. Just ask the people over at Solana. Just ask the people over at Terra Luna who are blessed enough to be early and go all in participation and support of a community. Ask how they are doing. Ask how they are doing, right? And Terabytes, a YouTube channel called Terabytes, FTM for Phantom Alerts, another YouTube channel. Go check them out. I'm on the platforms to learn. I'm there to learn what makes this ecosystem thrive. What is making it thrive? And am I participating on Terra Luna? Absolutely. Few $100s, not a lot. Am I participating on Solana? Yes. A few $100s, not a lot. Am I participating on Avalanche? Yes. I don't even know how much is it on Avalanche, but it's not a lot. It's maybe a couple grand, right? But the thing that is most important is to learn how these ecosystems work. What makes them thrive? How is it that they're thriving and new things are coming on and wanting to be built? What does the community look like, right? And what I see when I look at those and I think about Flare Network is, Solana is really, really fast. Avalanche is nice as well. It's a community, you got to have that great technology, but then you got to have the community to create the network effect for the platform. Projects aren't coming on if there's not going to be great communities, right? And so, you throw great technology in with a great community that brings developers over, it can be life-changing. It can be life-changing. Is it open source? Yes. Are there going to be ones that come and are not as great as others? Yes, of course. But, we can learn from them, and we can, the good ones will stand up and raise their hand. And this whole thing of, not participating in kind of missing the bigger picture of what can happen in an ecosystem around Flare networks, you got to wake up. This Spark token having been, I don't know what happened in the early days of Solana, but I would imagine it was an airdrop. I don't know, though. I don't know what happened in the early days of Terra Luna, but I could imagine that it was an airdrop. Now, could it have been an IDO? Yes. Could it have been some type of IDO? Absolutely. That whitelisted stuff that they're doing nowadays, sure, where US investors can't participate. Like a lot of people just, they hem and haw and they wee and whine about Spark token. And they totally, completely forget how much US investors are not able to participate in great projects, and how Flare networks figured out a way. Hugo and the team figured out a way. Right? Figured out a way. Because a lot of the projects, I go after project after project after project, NFT based or not. Ultimately, you end up seeing US participation is not allowed. Great projects, U.S. participation, not allowed. So we're blessed that the Hugo and the team figured out a way for us when they didn't have to. They could have done the IDO and IEO route if they wanted to, and did this whitelisting for participation, and they would have had to have done the old U.S. investors not allowed. So I guess my point of that whole rant is we're in a position to, as a community, the Flare community, come together and just put out a great product in terms of an ecosystem that more and more people, developers, will want to come and join. We have everything that it takes. Very hugely smart people, great content creators who take the time to deep dive, not only to take the time to deep dive, but to deep dive and do it correctly, to put out the right information. We just have to, I'm not going to start to name names. You guys know who they are. Because I'll leave someone out. And so, there's a reason why we're getting these airdrops, right? We have a chance to build a great ecosystem where others will come, right? Well, not just Sparkle and not just Gala Games and not just Flare Finance, right? Others will come, other great platforms. They're going to be lining up to come, and that'll give us a chance to participate early. And, the XRP army and the community, and having Stellar community be able to join, and Litecoin community be able to join, and the Dogecoin community be able to join in a thriving ecosystem. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Hugo and their team they did their part in terms of putting this technology and stuff together. But the next thing is, it's up to us as a community, right? And so, yeah, now the vast majority of cash flow for me will be in Flare Network, right? But I'm not going to just go study Terra Luna. I'm going to participate. So I participated in supporting. I didn't just go out and study Solana. I participated. I didn't just go study Avalanche. I participated, right? This is supporting. This is, for me, that's what it is. It's supporting. I own Phantom, right? That's my only participation in the ecosystem, right? I'm not on any other platforms, but I do own Phantom, right? And so, it just is, my way to participate. But ultimately, it's about learning, it's getting my feet wet, it's building up education for Flare Network. That's what it is ultimately about. I'm not taking that money that I put in those other platforms. I'm not taking them off of there. No. This is about Spark Token. This is about XRP, minting F assets, right? Being fully in is about doing content around Flare Networks, doing my part to help grow an ecosystem, right? That's why we ask on the channel all the time, are you participating? Right? Don't be misled like you have to have thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. It's not true. Not true. One of the guys that I follow on YouTube, Noah Seaman, he has tens of thousands of dollars on Cosmos, right? 50, 60 grand, right? He got that from an airdrop, one airdrop, not that total amount, not the total amount in value, but whatever amount of tokens that he got, it has grown in value to 50,000 from an airdrop, because he participated in the ecosystem and the ecosystem rewarded him, right? Because of his participation. Do I know what Flare Networks? I don't know. They already did something, right? They did something with the Spark token, right? And now, because he participated over there in Cosmos on the osmosis zone, he took the airdrop. It's in value at $50,000. He's providing liquidity, and whether it be however he's providing it. But that was an airdrop, 50 grand. So I know someone asked about my airdrop. So I got an airdrop from Avalanche, AvaX, for bridging over to Avalanche. I got awarded a token that it's a community token, and I think it has a shot. I got GB is what it's called, Golf Bravo, for all you air traffic control aviation types. And it's called Goodbridging. Goodbridging. Right? Goodbridging. They already got liquidity pools set up. Someone started a liquidity pool. I'm not participating in that liquidity pool. I'm holding the token, right? Let the ecosystem build out, right? And let the ecosystem build out. But yeah, 2,200, I got it this morning, $2,274. $2,274. And when I look at the platform on Twitter, right, they got a few posts on there. I checked out the Telegram. Feels like an intelligent community behind it, right? But that came from participating in the platform. And guess what? It's only 16,000 people. Think about this for a second. Only 16,335 people got that airdrop or were eligible for the airdrop. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just the possibilities. It's just the possibilities. And my understanding is an airdrop is coming for the Terra Luna people. I heard from my guy today, like 3 or 4 days ago. And I think it was if you did something on the Anchor, if you did something on the Anchor protocol. But yeah, so blessed. I feel blessed. Now, did I know that was coming? No. I knew Avalanche was a new ecosystem. I wanted to participate because I think it's just important to put your money where your mouth is, participate. You guys know my wand swap story. Started out with 20 bucks and ended up with, right? Right. You started $20, just testing it out. And I just think it's important just to participate. So I did. I participated in Avalanche. Deposit, borrow, right? We all know about the $180 million liquidity mining event that's going to happen with Avalanche, and Ave and Curve will be a part of that, right? So I deposited Bitcoin, deposited ETH, deposited stables, borrowed against it, got more AVAX. I didn't expect an airdrop. I just expected the liquidity mining event that's coming. And Solana, I believe, is doing one. Phantom is doing a $300 million liquid. It's not a liquidity mining thing, though. It's an incentive program event as well. Algorand just discovered today. Algo is doing one as well. Algorand is doing it for their platform also. Now, I have to find that, but let me share just a little bit of that airdrop thing with you guys. Let me share it. All right, here it is. It's a reflector token, which means you earn 1%. So I was on Taiki's page today on Twitter. If you have been airdropped Goodbridging, you have to HODL. It is a reflector token, which means you earn 1% in transaction fees every time someone buys or sells. Confirmed in the Telegram. And I learned this from, again, my guy Taiki that I follow on YouTube and Twitter. And turned me on to, he was the one who turned me on. He posted on YouTube, like in the YouTube post, I guess, about this particular airdrop. So I didn't know. And so I did participate in that. And you just had to add the address, obviously, to your MetaMask wallet. And there the tokens were, right? They showed up, right? And so let's see if I can find where he shared it. Uh, so, and this is something that I think is important. Just remember, we have barely any information on this particular token. It's true. I'm not risking anything major. So I'm not risking anything major. If this went to zero tomorrow, I'd just be fine. I do think there's upside and think it could run with some AvaX hype for a bit, but don't be stupid, right? Now, for me, this was a gift. For me, this is a gift, right? And so I say thank you for the gift. And I say, you know, why is there a need to do anything crazy? Now, some people are going to cash out, right? Just like some people cashed out. There it is right here. New airdrop for people who have used the Avalanche Bridge. Goodbridging GB token for AVAX holders, right? Uniswap, remember the Uni? I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but remember all the people who like free money, I'm out. Remember that? Remember on the Uniswap? Remember that? Yeah, I don't think we have any more algo. I hope you do have some algo though, Keyless. I think we sold right at the previous all-time high. We sold, not sold, obviously we moved it into other things. Bouts are in the building. What's going on, my friends? Good to see you. But I remember the Uni people, man, and I remember them all selling. Right, got that airdrop, they were out. And Uniswap just kept doing its thing, doing its thing, doing its thing, doing its thing. The way I see it is, what is it? You know, what do we have to lose? You know, what do we have to lose now? With this GB, this Goodbridging, I'm part of the Telegram. I'm on their Twitter. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. And if they build out a system or a platform, and I did look it up on Twitter, what this Goodbridging was. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Look at that. It's $2.50 something cents now. Let's make sure. Let's refresh that. Oh no, it's down to $1.95 now. It might be on the verge of tanking, right? This stuff goes up and it goes down. It was $2.55. Now this says it's $1.95. That's quick. That is a quick one. But for me, I'm just holding the thing. Now, there are going to be people who get this thing and it's 1,000, or if it's maybe even 2,000, if they're fortunate enough, and they're going to do the same thing that the Uniswap people did. And look, if they need the money, God bless them. If they think that's the best move for them, God bless them, right? For me, I'm holding because it came in, you know, for me, it's the same thing. I'm just holding it. There's Goodbridging right there. Total supply is 14 million. 14 million. Airdrop recipients, 16,135. That's it. Out of the whole digital asset space. Right? And this is their Twitter page. Not a whole lot going on here. Again, I'm on the Telegram. We'll hear what's going on. I'll pay attention and see how it's going and see if they build something out. But it is called Goodbridging token. So look, right? I mean, I was going to ask you guys in the community, like, what would you do? Like, just like the Spark token. It's no different. Just like, I'm not following to the light post. What's going on here? Just like the Spark token. No different. It's just going to be people who are going to do what they feel they have to do. I can't argue with them. You know, I've made up my mind. I'm participating. That Spark token. 416 crypto. Didn't some guy walk away with 7 figures by providing liquidity on what platform? 416 crypto. Are we talking this recent one with us? Goodbridging? Is that what you're talking about, 416 crypto? I apologize. I'm out of the country, so I'm sure the Wi-Fi isn't the best. Is that what you're talking about, 416 crypto? Let me know, bro. I did hear that somebody was saying that someone started a liquidity pool and on Uniswap. Oh, didn't some guy walk away with 7 figures by providing liquidity? I wouldn't doubt it. I know with this GB thing, it's already a liquidity pool already on Pangolin and on Trader Joe. 600% APR. 600% APR on Goodbridging and Tether as a liquidity pair. 600% APR. Yep. 600%. What would you guys do with the GB token? Would you just hold it? Would you provide liquidity? 600% against a stable coin? Participate in the transaction fees? Maybe I should do a half of what I got there and just hold the rest. What do you guys think? I haven't decided yet. I know I went over to both Trader Joe and Pangolin, but I haven't provided any liquidity yet. What would you guys do? Maybe I should just do half. 600%, 600%. Trevor's like, provide liquidity. Maybe I should just do half. I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is a third to a half. Third to a half on that and see about providing liquidity. And so, yeah, so let's go over to the market. Then we're going to pay tribute today to 911. Yeah, let me know in the comments, what would you guys do? 600% APR, Keyless. 600% APR. Keyless says, I would hold and use it in an income producing. Yeah, I'm definitely not selling it, right? But to provide liquidity, I either have to come up with a certain amount of my own dollar, my own dirty, nasty fiat for stable. I think that's what I'll do. But you can't wait long on this stuff. You can't wait too long. And 600% is how long is that going to last, right? It's going to come down at some point, right? All right, let's go over the numbers. Let's go over the market. Come on, Goodbridging. You was just at 255. What's up, bro? Let's go over the market. I'll share that with you guys. So the market, overall market cap is 2.17 trillion. It's up 0.4%. Bitcoin's at 45,000. Really? Goodness gracious. Ethereum is at $3,289, down 16% on a 7-day. Cardano is 269, down 9% on a 7-day. Binance Coin's at $407, down 16%. Solana is still up 22% on the 7-day at $179. XRP is at $1.08. That's why I never do extended stuff on my borrowing, man. Right. So I'm still more than within range on OneSwap, right? Polkadot's at $31.43. Dogecoin's at 24 cents. Terra Luna is up 22%, and it's at $38.83 at the moment. As soon as I get this recovery thing done with my ANKR, as soon as I do that, I'll be able to do more on Terra Luna. Avalanche is at $55. It's up 21% on the 7-day. Chainlink's at $26.99. Litecoin's $182. A lot of double-digit reds on the 7-day. 12% down. Chainlink, Litecoin's down 14% on the 7-day. Uni's down 18% on the 7-day. Algorand, look at that. Goodness, 65% on the 7-day. Shout out all of you who held algo. I think we got rid of all of our algo. We did. We rolled over the vast majority and we used some of it to meet some financial obligations in the dirty, nasty fiat world. Oh, come on, Polygon, $1.33. Their FTX token is at $73.16. And it's up 15%. I think that's a sleeper token at FTT. And Algo is down, and VeChain is down 19% on the 7 days at 11 cents. Cosmo ATOM is up 14% on the 7-day at $27.51. So there it is. There's the numbers right there for you guys. That is the numbers, just to kind of let you know what is going on with the market. And now we're going to pay tribute just a bit. I'm going to tell you an interesting story. We're going to pay tribute to 911-416 said, roll it into others. Home-based income 101. I'm an algae junkie. I hear you, my friend. I'm glad you held on to yours, my friend. I'm happy for you. No, so the good bridging token is on Avalanche. So the airdrop was participating from bridging over onto Avalanche. And the token is AVAX, right? So in any case, guys, I mean, this is the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. And again, what a crazy day. I was actually, I was listening to the NFL Network earlier today, and I was listening to the brother of the new head coach for the New York Jets. Guys, oh gosh, you're doing awesome, guys. Thank you so much for smashing that like button. It is amazing. Appreciate that big time. 41 people, 36 like. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to smash the like button. So listen to NFL Network. Listen to the brother of the new head coach of the New York Jets. They had him on the show. They were interviewing him. He was older brother. He was on the 61st floor of the second tower the day of 9/11. He was on the 61st floor. He was there for a class. Was kind of like, learning, kind of preparing for a gig that he was going to take. It was like a 3-day or 4-day class. So he was there in New York, never been to New York before. He was only there to take this class. And he was telling the story how he was on a break, kind of a midday, mid-morning break, something along those lines, 10, 15-minute break. And he happened to go to the part on the floor where you could look out of the window, and he was staring at the Statue of Liberty, right? Just staring at the Statue of Liberty and just thinking, from his vantage point, 61st floor, how small it looked, that type of thing. And he said after a bit, there was a yacht that came by. And he was talking about how massive this yacht was, right? It had two places for helicopters on. There was 2 helicopters on the thing, 2 different places, right? He was saying how big it was. And then he said, all of a sudden, on the way, he heard this noise, and he described something that went by that looked like a big ball of fire, big fiery ball is what he was saying, right? And he remembered it startled him, so he kind of stepped back from the window. And then moments later, probably seconds, but moments later, the manager on the floor, because on these floors, there's a bunch of different offices, right? Manager on the floor said, all right, guys, basically saying that nothing is wrong. Everything's okay. Let's just get back to class. Maybe that was weird. I don't know. Let's just kind of get back to class. And he said he remembered thinking to himself, I'm not going back to class. I'm gonna take off for the day, right? And so he was very gentle and he was very cognizant that a bunch of people are listening to him on this network, and it's probably families of people who had lost loved ones, whatever. So he was very careful in his words, and he said that the manager had come out and said this, right? So it's I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people, I don't know, but he had decided he was going to go home. So he kind of grabbed his stuff and he was walking, and next thing you know, he's at the elevator, and the manager kind of turned and saw him at the elevator and said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Yeah, I am. I'm going to go. I'm going to just take the rest of the day, and I'm gonna head home." And the manager said, "Well, if you're going to go, you should take the elevator. I mean, the stairs, rather. You should take the stairs." And I remember thinking, when I heard that, I thought to myself, the manager said, if you're going to go, you should take the stairs. And I'm thinking to myself, why did the manager, if everything's cool and he's directing people to go back to class, why did he instinctively tell the dude, you should take the stairs? And the reason why I thought about that is because I'm reading this book, and I'll continue with the story. But I'm reading this book here. It's called Sway. Very, very interesting book on people's psychology. And it says, Sway, the irresistible pull of irrational behavior. And it made me think, about the people who went back to class, if you will, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, it just got me so curious as to why he told him to take the stairs, right? And so he continued on telling the story. He said, as I was going down the stairs, I was very, very anxious. And then he said, we were anxious. And then he said, but we were orderly, right? So you could tell that he was he wanted to make sure he was wording it very, very carefully, because I know in the back of his mind, he knows that there were people who didn't follow their own gut and make a decision to leave, right? So, and he's not going to want to say that on air and television and all that stuff, right? So he's continuing down the stairs, and he kept saying how it was orderly, but people were anxious, but everyone was orderly, right? And so he said he got to the 40th floor, and another manager for the 40th floor comes out and says the same thing that the manager on the 61st floor had said. And I found that to be very, very interesting. This is the second tower, not the first. I found that to be very, 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 very interesting. But in any case, he said that the whatever plane ended up hitting on the 24th floor, and he said something about, for them in the staircase, that trek from the 24th floor to the first floor was interesting, right? He didn't go into detail. He didn't, right? And said when he got to the first floor, he remembered the only thing he thought to do was just run. And so he kept running. So as soon as he hit that floor, he said, I didn't look up. I didn't look back. None of that. I just kept running. And he said it was so weird and so odd, because when you're in that moment and, you guess that adrenaline is flowing, and you guess that this is happening, you guess that is happening, right? He said, when he had gotten further enough away where he could felt comfortable stopping, he said he stopped. And he said all of a sudden he was breathing really hard and breathing really hard and breathing really hard. And he ended up spitting up black, like phlegm. It was black, right? That's coming from the smoke and stuff. But he was just thinking, get to the first floor and kind of go. right? And kind of go. And I'm just going to finish up his part of that story, but he said that that was the reason that his story on 9/11 was the reason that his younger brother decided to quit his job. The new New York Jets football coach decided to quit his job and continue in his pursuit of what he really wanted to do, which was to be a coach in the NFL. Now, remember, he's not a coach in the NFL because he's probably not getting hired. He's not did this. He didn't do this. Or did whatever. And he's paying the bills, right? He was working in some like an insurance company's office or something like that, or maybe even a mortgage broker's company's office. And he said that experience made his brother realize that life's too short to not be doing something that you love, to not be going after something that you love and pursuing that. So interesting story that I want to share with you guys, but I'm just going to take a moment, if you will, close my eyes. You guys can close your eyes if you want for a moment of silence. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And so, yeah, very, very interesting, very, very interesting story, to say the least, right? Very, very, very interesting. Oh, looks like we got a bunch of algo holders here. Hey, Joseph C, holding algo since it is a ICO 20022 coin. The sector has not even started yet. Good for you, H Joseph C. You and Home-Based Income 101 got the algo. I love it. Guac girl, you're welcome. Guerrilla Warfare. Hello, just found you here. Hey, Guerrilla Warfare. How are you? Appreciate you being here today, my friend. So yeah, so that's a very, very interesting thing. Very interesting story, but I did want to share the airdrop with you guys. Just as a story, that came from participating in the Avalanche blockchain. That happens in the DeFi space. I want to say a bunch. Like I said, I just heard about, I believe Terra Luna is going to be doing an airdrop. I don't know what kind of airdrop. I don't know what it's going to be or whatever. I have no idea, for participating. But I do find that to be very, very interesting. $2,000 for participating. You're not, it's a thank you, right, for participating. Where do you find that in traditional financial products? Where do you find that? Some of you people have held TSPs and 401ks for decades. How did they say thank you? How did they say thank you? Right? The digital asset space is our chance to win. What's going on, Mark Wilk? It's good to see you here, my friend. Cole Leota's in the building. What's good, brother? That's good stuff, Cease. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Good to see you today, my friend. Yeah, and so that's what I'm talking about, guys. And I know someone on the channel said it the other day. I think it was Legendary was saying, like, Siege, you're in so many different things now. It's going to be so hard for you to, keep up, keep track, right? Right. And I'm in Solana, and I'm in Terra Luna, and I'm in Avalanche, and I'm in Wan Chain. And I don't think I forgot anybody. Did I forget anybody? No, I don't think. Avalanche, Solana, Terra Luna, Wan Chain, right? I'm in these different things with a few $100 to $1,000, right? Aave, right? In Aave, in Curve, in Convex, all for preparation of Flare networks. I'm studying the ecosystems and learning the ecosystems. And I'm learning more and more and more about how an ecosystem can thrive. And it's feels very much like you can just be in one ecosystem and make tons and tons of money. Set your family up for whatever, for life, in just one ecosystem. Right? And again, I know I've said this once, I'm saying it say it again. Celsius network is the game changer. It's the game changer. Why? Why? Because Celsius brings in new people for them to decide where they're going to participate in the ecosystem. But we need new people in the ecosystem, in the digital asset space. We need new people in the space, and then they can go. For us, what we can do, right? And Celsius does a great job of bringing in new people, right? They just got 1 million users. They just went over the 1 million user mark, okay? Eventually, they will discover DeFi. They're not going to hop on freaking Avalanche day one. That's not going to happen. But maybe year one, maybe at the end of their first year, they'll have enough courage, they'll have enough knowledge to participate in Solana, to participate in Avalanche, to participate in Phantom, to participate in the Flare network. Celsius is the key because they have a platform that can onboard new people. That's why I support them. That's why I am an ambassador for the Celsius network. It's not because of just the yield. The yield is cool. But I realized a huge part that Celsius Network, Alex Mashinsky and the team, they play in the digital asset space. Do you know that Celsius Network, that the ETH 2.0 thing was short by a ton of ETH? Let me say that again. This whole ETH 2.0 and all, it was short by a ton of ETH. Guess who supplied the ETH to them? Celsius. Celsius, Alex Mashinsky supplied the needed, it was a ton of ETH that they were short. Right? Remember, they had to hit a benchmark for the ETH 2.0 to even go forward. Celsius network provided the ETH. Celsius now is into mining like it's crazy. Tens of thousands of miners now. They're mining Bitcoin. Right? He is all in and seeing this digital asset space win. Right. And for us, the way we can do our part is when we find an ecosystem that we feel has the potential to grow, participate. This is what Mickey B. Fresh and Patty XRP and the Flare community who does content around Flare networks, right? Kind of dedicating what they do to it. But what they get and they understand that it's important to build an ecosystem around Flare network. Right? Flare Network and Hugo and the team, they're doing their part, doing the technology, making sure the technology is on point, making sure the technology is on point as to the best of their ability. That's why we have this canary network called Songbird. It's not a test net. It's a live network. It's not a test net. I keep hearing the same content creator keep calling it a test net. It's not a test net. You can make and or lose money on Songbird. It's a real deal. It's the Kusama of Polkadot. Kusama's a real deal. How well is that Kusama token doing? It's doing pretty good. Side note, right? So just understand that's what the Songbird thing is. And Hugo, what we want Hugo and the team to be doing is taking their time to get it right to the best of their ability. Let the content creators provide the marketing. Word of mouth is the best advertising you can do anyway. It's not hiring and putting stuff on a billboard, paying advertising companies. I don't even know if that's second best. The best form of advertising is word of mouth, and it's been that way for decades. For decades. So we need to build an army of content creators, if you will, around Flare Network, right? And then when developers see how awesome the community is and that the community is participating, in other words, putting their money where their mouth is, Then they look to come and build on it. First, it starts with the technology, and then they go to thriving communities, community members that are all in. Terra Luna's community is just off the hook. I mean, they've taken it to another level. I don't know if they have as many content creators, but they got people out there building on, retail investors building, coming up together, strategizing together, and building stuff. Because remember, a lot of these communities are made up of developers. You know, people like, gosh, what's the guy? What's the young kid that came into the XRP community? I forget his name now, but people like him got some coding skill, who are passionate, got a lot of that going over there in Terra Luna. They're coming together and they're building stuff, and they're building it on Terra Luna. The XRP community will be able to do the same thing with the likes of maybe we discover a new Vita event, right? Maybe we discover one of those for Flare Networks. But my point is, it takes the ecosystem, it takes the community rather, to create the ecosystem. And that's what we have a shot at doing. Quincy Jones. Thank you, Michael, too. Quincy Jones, right? Remember that young man? Well, you never know. This community might be made up of some very, very smart young guys like that in the Flare Network community, right? You never know. You never know. Like Electronium is on fire right now, Mark Splice. How so? I hope is it at $1 yet? Could we get the maybe even at least 50 cents? Or what about all-time highs? Is it back to 22 cents yet? That would be nice, Mark. Is it back to 22 cents? Double QZ says, how are you, my friend? I appreciate you being here. Thanks for sharing about your about you learning about a whole ecosystem and that money can be made. I have Celsius and I have a few coins there. I definitely need to do some more research. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Absolutely. You definitely want to do your homework and do your due diligence. That's just how I see Celsius Network. I really, truly do see that without question. Trevor says Luna's going to be under $1 in January. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And look, January or so, things should be ending up, right? Should be winding down January or so, right? And again, I'm in those platforms to learn about them, to actively participate by putting my money in there, and right, without question, to support the ecosystems, with how I can, and then of course, prepare and preparation for Flare Networks, right? So that's Flare Networks is going to be, that's the thing that I'm going to, right? I'm right. That's the thing I'm going to go all in on. That's the thing that I'm going to be, front and center, learning more about what's the next thing coming, and doing my part as a content creator to share it, to build a robust and thriving ecosystem around it. Yes, it is, Raymond Scott. To new U.S. investors, it is off limits. Home-based income 101 says, I'm learning cryptos have their own ecosystems. Finally, I understand. Wow. LOL. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're saying that yeah, Trevor, you're saying that Luna was under $1. Yeah, it was. And shout out to CKJ. CKJ has been helping a lot of people make a lot of money over there, finding these, what do you call them? Finding these hidden gems and sharing them. He's been helping a lot of people. I think he did the Solana thing. I think he did. I know. I just saw a notification. He was talking about. I don't know if he was talking about Phantom, but he's in it, right? He's in it, learning the new stuff and helping people making some money, getting people to learn about that stuff early, right? Good for him, right? We all play our own part. Each of us need all of us, right? I mean, he was the one who gave me confirmation on EGLD and Anchor back in the day. I learned him from Darren Moore, but he gave me that confirmation for me to actually decide to put money in there. So each of us need all of us, man, right? All of us need each of us. And Flare Network is our shot there to win. I truly, truly believe that, guys. And I hope you guys understand that as well. Now, look, if you don't want to do Solana and Terra and Phantom and Avalanche and WanChain right now, and you just want to prepare yourself for Fled networks. I hear you. I hear that, but just understand that's what we have a chance to build around Flare Network, platform after platform, maybe a DEX, maybe maybe some kind of swap, maybe a bridge. I don't know. Who knows? All these different platforms come. Maybe these platforms come and then they do the same thing. They provide they do liquidity mining events, right? Hundreds of millions, right? Hundreds of millions coming, and you're early. You're there early. You're in the know early. You can participate early, right? And you don't need to be in 4 and 5 and 6 and 8 different ecosystems, right? That's why we say this all the time in the channel. Me and Mickey B Fresh say this all the time. This is not your 2017 digital asset space. It's not. It is a different thing today in 2021. Cash flow, ecosystems, right? That's the name of the game now, right? That is the name of the game. Asset appreciation, assets will always be there. There'll always be a place for that, without question. But just understand it's evolving and it's changing. It really, really is. WQZ, I think you can get Flare on Bitrue and Poloniex, but those are IOUs only until they launch, until Flare Networks launch, and then they distribute them accordingly to each platform. Bitrue distributes it different than Poloniex, right? 1% say you got some. That's the line at $3. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Congratulations. Right. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to end this live stream. I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you so much for hanging out today. And thank you for taking the time to pay tribute as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, the subscribe button, ringing that notification bell. As always, I definitely appreciate it. So guys, listen, I'm going to end this stream like I do all of my streams and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.